Once upon a time, there lived a little girl in a red dress in a small village. This little girl who has received a lot of love from everyone never takes off her red cap. That's why they nicknamed him Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother sent her to visit her grandmother. Grandma lived on the other side of the forest. Her mother warns Little Red Riding Hood not to speak to anyone on the road and to choose the right path. Little Red Riding Hood meets a wolf while walking through the forest. The wolf looks at him maliciously and asks where he's going. Little Red Riding Hood says she's gonna see her grandmother, and the wolf plans to go back to the village and go to Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother's house. The grandmother wears her clothes and lays her down on a chair on the sidewalk. And when Little Red Riding Hood arrives, she notices that her grandmother is looking strange. But before the wolf can attack her, a huntsman appears and saves Little Red Riding Hood. The huntsman takes revenge on the wolf and Little Red Riding Hood, and Granny returns safely. After that, Little Red Riding Hood never ignores her mother's warnings and vows never to speak to strangers. And they lived happily ever after, a happy ending. Dear viewers, if you like it, leave your opinion in comment section and share it with others. If you want more stories like this, tell me in the comments and subscribe to my channel.
A little bird lived next to a squirrel in a tree in the forest. They would not disturb each other, each would be busy with his work. Squirrel used to collect nuts and dry fruits from morning to night and prepare them for the winter. The bird was picking harmful insects from the surrounding trees. Squirrel was woken up every morning by a knocking sound. He knew it was the sound of a bird finding and eating insects hidden under the bark of a tree. One day, Squirrel looked at the bird and said, "Bird, what is your name?" He asked. "My name is Bird." "I know you're a bird." "I am asking what kind of bird you are." The bird thought he never thought about it. "I'm just a bird. What does it matter what kind of bird I am? Everyone should know their name. For example, here I am." Squirrel, that rabbit. "What about you? Are you a woodpecker, a sparrow, a hawk? What are you?" The bird bowed its head sadly and said, "I always considered myself an ordinary bird. I don't know anything else. This case cannot be left like this. It is necessary to gather a meeting of the forest and find out what kind of bird you are." Squirrel. Squirrel went to the bear and expressed his opinion, and together they called a meeting of forest animals. At the meeting it was necessary to decide what kind of bird the bird living with them was. The animals gathered at the meeting began to shout and express their thoughts. The bird was bowing its head on the perch in the middle of the field, trembling from the loud noises of the animals. The debate reached such a level that no one paid any attention to the bird. The bird was crying on the top of the tree, saying, "Chick-chicky, chick-chicky." After a while, the bird spread its wings and rose to the sky, but the noisy animals did not notice it. The bird circled above them and flew away. A year passed, and the life of the forest continued on its course. One day Sparrow saw that a worm had landed on the walnuts he had collected for reserve. Before, this was not the case, because the bird was responsible for the health of the earth and surrounding trees by picking harmful insects that came near the tree. He hasn't been here for a long time now. Squirrel understood this and he regretted what he had done. One morning, Squirrel, who was sleeping in his den, heard a familiar knocking sound. Bird hurried out of the nest, happy that he must return. He saw that an unfamiliar The bird hurried out of the nest, happy that he must have returned. He saw that an unfamiliar bird was picking and eating harmful insects from the tree where he lived. Squirrel greeted the bird and asked, but did not ask what kind of bird it was. The bird continued his work without saying too much. Squirrel sat on a tree branch and thought when he saw a familiar bird while he was picking nuts in the forest. He definitely had to apologize to him for what he had done. While the bird was looking at him in the middle of his work, he felt Squirrel's sadness. He was the same bird.
Once upon a time, in one of the big forests, various animals lived together in peace and harmony. Stories about the beauty of the forest have spread far and wide, and many travelers come there to see the beauty of the forest. One of the wonderful inhabitants of the forest, an old monkey named Zacco, wanted to invent a new game. He took a big walk to interact with the other animals and asked each of them what they liked. Big elephant loved almost nothing but the night sky and the stars. A deer likes to watch the sunset. Little birds love to fly in the morning breeze. Tiger likes to exercise his muscles or likes to run. Fox likes to hide. Rabbit likes to jump. The nocturnal guest of the forest, the wolf loves to walk in the light of the full moon. Based on this information, Zacco decided to invent a game that everyone would enjoy in his opinion. This game had to fit both the environment and the cheerful mood of the animals. Days later, Zacco invented the best game ever. He decided to organize a competition called Forest Olympics. Special weightlifting competitions for elephants. Through nightlight for wolf invented the Find a Games. Thus during the Forest Olympics. All animals will have the opportunity, enjoy their favorite activities. Laughter and merriment can be heard throughout the forest, and the animals are grateful to have gathered to celebrate their skills and prowess. As soon as the games were over, all the animals hugged each other lovingly, promising to see each other at next year's Forest Olympics, and dispersed to their homes, and they lived happily ever after. Dear viewers, if you like it, leave your opinion in the comment section and share it with others. If you want more stories like this, tell me in.
One day a fox came across a hungry tiger. In a grove the tiger roared, and the fox froze in place because of fear. If I don't deceive him, I will die, said the fox to himself. What to do? The tiger is about to leave. Then the fox, pretending to tremble, not from fear, but from laughter, said, ha ha ha. He exclaimed. The tiger sat on the ground in surprise and said, why are you laughing? He asked. I'm laughing at you, poor thing, answered the fox with a forced laugh. What are you saying? I'm laughing at you, roared the tiger. Of course I'm laughing at you, said the fox. You poor thing is trying to eat me right now. I'm laughing, ha ha ha. After all, no one is afraid of you anymore. Everyone is afraid of me, even people are afraid of me. The tiger thought, maybe he's right. If that happens, it's dangerous. Maybe he is right. If that happens, it's dangerous to touch a fox. You don't seem to believe it, said the fox. Go, if not, if people are not afraid of me, eat me whole. The tiger agreed, and then the two of them said, our farmers are walking near the road, returning from the city. Go off and don't stay behind, shouted the fox and ran forward. The tiger took big steps, followed the fox. When people look, they see a huge tiger coming towards them. Suddenly they screamed and started running away. Then the fox, who disappeared among the tall grass, stretched out his neck and shouted at the tiger. Well, did you see it? People were so scared when they saw the tip of my tail. No one even looked at you. Stupid tiger, with his beak lowered in shame, went towards his grove, deeply saddened. Now the fox laughed at him. Dear viewers, if you like it, leave your opinion in the comment section and share it with others. If you want more stories like this, tell me in the comments and subscribe to my channel.